A heckler slash questionnaire showed up at a conservatives event. If you're not familiar with the guy, his name is the Officer Tatum. He's a conservative on YouTube, really, really popular. Anyway, he really gave this protester, this pro-Palestinian heckler, etc., just a reality check on Israel. Check it out.
Okay, do you believe that they should give the land back to the Palestinians?
Absolutely.
Okay, do you believe we should give the land back to the natives in America? No? Are you going to say no?
Now, I would like to come back to the subject of Palestine, and I'm sorry to say that I'm completely, I think you adopted a narrative that is completely biased.
Are you Palestinian?
No, absolutely not.
Are you Jewish?
No, I'm French.
Have you lived in Israel?
No.
Have you been in
But
Israel?
I do know history.
No, have you been in Israel? I'm just asking a question.
No.
Okay. So
But
I want to get
just
a
tell
previous
you, I have a good knowledge of the
So can you just tell me what you disagree with?
So I will just tell you. So when you say that the Hamas and people supporting Hamas are the ones who are in fact supporting Islamist Nazi as they call them, it simply falls. I will remind you.
Hold on.
No,
We need to be clear about this. You're saying that Palestinians in Gaza did not vote for Hamas to be their governing body.
It's not what I said.
No, I'm actually, go ahead.
I'm going to tell you that Hamas, who supported Hamas and who fought, because it's very important to be
Did the Palestinians in Gaza vote for
It's
Hamas?
very
No, wait a minute. Did the Palestinians in Gaza elect Hamas?
Yes, I will tell you something.
No, did you say yes?
We need to be, we can't just...
Hold on, wait a minute.
Finish.
Can you answer that question though?
They did vote Hamas.
They voted Hamas. They elected Hamas as their leaders.
They did vote Hamas, and who supported Hamas? And that is in a recording. Netanyahu, the president, the prime minister, in a recording in 2019, he explained clearly in a cynical way that he wanted to favor Hamas. Why Hamas? Because Hamas is a very extremist group to jeopardize the Fatah, the other group that is willing to find a political solution to the problem. And the reason they let money travel from Qatar through Israel to Hamas, in that way, if Hamas is in power, people vote for Hamas, they will never be able to create a Palestinian state. In fact, the Fatah want is a political...
Okay, let me just jump in. I mean,
So what you're saying is partly true with regard to the whole Netanyahu thing. He did allow a lot of money to flow through Qatar to Hamas, and that is probably, it is a big problem. However, I don't think that it gives credibility to the pro-Palestinian argument. Netanyahu, the only reason he understands that a Palestinian state won't work, and the reason why he empowered Hamas, in the beginning, is because Hamas essentially convinced him that they weren't, going to make any problems. They were looking to be peaceful, etc. And then B, the Palestinian state is essentially a major threat to Israel. If you have a Palestinian state on your border, at a certain point, you're going to have another war, and then Israel's actual existential existence is called into question. And obviously, Netanyahu can't allow that. And that's possibly why he decided that empowering or allowing money to flow to Hamas made sense.
I don't think my point was any of that. My point was that... let me finish.
You have a very false narrative based on a false information.
Let me finish.
Muslims
It's your show.
and Jews and
Should I go sit down?
Christian
Ma'am, can you listen to me?
during centuries.
Ma'am, can you listen to me? Okay.
And it's...
Are you going to listen or are you going to talk?
We can't hear you, bro.
Okay, what I'm saying is that wasn't my argument. My argument is rooted in facts. I made mention that they elected Hamas as their leader. Okay, they lead. Now they did a terrorist attack in Israel where they killed innocent people. You saw the videos, right? So you can go back and say this person did this and this and that. That doesn't change the fact that they flew into Israel. We not an apartheid in Israel.
Israel
No, it's not.
Apartheid.
That's your opinion.
It supported apartheid.
There was a war that was fought, and one side lost and the other side won.
No.
Okay. Do you think that? Do you think that Palestine? Do you think that Israel should give back? What do you think Israel should do to Palestinians? Give back the land?
I believe in two-state solutions, and Netanyahu doesn't.
Okay. Do you believe that they should give the land back to the Palestinians?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you believe we should give the land back to the natives in America? No? Are you going to say no?
So where would they go?
What do you mean? Listen, ma'am. It's the same equivalence. There was a
They
war
lived
fought.
there for 1,000 years.
But
You
the
can't
Jews
show
were there
up and
first.
say-
The Jews were there first.
No,
Do
they
you
were
not
not
read
first.
the Bible?
The Bible.
The Bible is not real? You tell me. I went to
I'm
Israel.
Christian,
I went
so
to Israel.
good.
If you're a Christian, you should go to Israel and see.
Yeah.
You're talking about, there is physical evidence of King Solomon, King David, the city of David in Jerusalem. They existed there. The Jews were there way before anybody else.
That's
Do you remember Abraham? Abraham.
Who was before it? It was an anti-land? The answer is no. And you can say it was in the Bible because the international law doesn't base its logic on what
It's
the
called
Bible
history,
says.
ma'am. You said history. The
The
Bible is a
history,
historical
they were
document.
Canaanites. Were there Canaanites before Abraham?
Okay, do you know in Jerusalem at the Temple Mount, right? There was a temple there before there was a mosque. Is that true or not?
Before that.
Was there a temple before there were a mosque?
Tell me, what do they do with the people who lived there for centuries?
What people?
We just kick them out?
What do we do to the natives? What do we do to the natives in America? What do we do to them? What do we do to them?
We let them die?
We don't say let people die.
What do they do then?
They on a reservation. They can be a part.
They are in an open prison.
That's what you think.
2 million.
That's
It's
what you
not what
think.
I think. If you listen to former Tsar soldiers who said, we are behaving like Nazis, I quit the country.
Do you think that Hamas is right with what they did?
No.
No. But what is Hamas fighting? I want to just this last question. What is Hamas fighting?
Is a freedom group.
Freedom group?
Yes, they lived there for 20 years in prison.
So did they
Tell me
was
what
it
you
right?
do. You're in a 20 years prison. You have nothing to do with your time. What do you do?
So you saying they're right by what they did?
I don't say killing is a good thing.
No, what else they gonna do?
No choice.
They had no choice.
They have no choice.
This is exactly what I think I'm going to finish. This is exactly what I'm saying. When people say we're pro-Palestinian, free Palestinians, they actually want to obliterate the Jews.
That's not true.
Hamas
The ones
believes what she
who behave
believes.
like Nazis, they are
Hamas believes what you
precisely
believe.
Israelis.
Hamas believe what you believe. They believe they're liberating the people.
Yes.
That's why they voted for
When
Hamas.
you're in prison
That's
for
what you
20
believe.
years, what do you do with your time?
You kill Israelis? Is that what you're saying?
You free yourself.
Okay, how do you free yourself?
What will you
How do they
say
free themselves?
during the Nazi regime? If
All right, last point.
camps,
How do they
camps,
free themselves?
Concentration camps. Will you consider
How
people
do they free
breaking in
themselves?
through their concentration camp as terrorists? Tell me.
How do they free themselves?
And terrorism is only Americans who
Okay,
label
thank
them
you.
terrorists.
I appreciate it.
That was just brilliant. That was unbelievable. And I think that right in the beginning, the comparison of the Jews to the Native Americans is semi-accurate because we've both been very native to Israel, obviously, and they're, to America, but we've been there even before. You're talking about 4,000 years of history in the land of Israel. Unbelievable that this woman is just, wow. She really exposed herself. The entire room, even it was like a long, awkward pause. And then they all started laughing. Like, what is this woman talking about? She's running circles around herself, and everyone saw through it. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can actually go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. I'll leave it in the description below. Thank you, and have a good one.